Have you ever noticed really negative packaging on a video and you click on it and the commentary is actually pretty level-headed and reasonable and not as negative as initially presented?
Why yes, Gabby Bell, yes I have. But I tend to avoid clickbait by only consuming content from YouTube channels that are more geared towards adults, seeing as I'm way into adulthood and I don't need a bunch of Mr. Beast clones screaming at me as they try the newest challenge video. I am also, as you may have guessed, a big fan of music and music-related entertainment, so a lot of the stuff I watch is music-based in some way. The guy that I want to talk about tonight is someone who came onto my radar 2 or 3 years ago, and I pretty much forgot about him until he made his way into my algorithms recently. When I clicked on his video, I was reminded of why I instantly disregarded him years ago. The channel is called Justin Hawkins Rides Again, and this dude is one of the biggest clickbaiters in the music space on YouTube that I have ever seen. And before anybody gets their keyboard fingers a-typing, let me preface all of this by saying Justin Hawkins is more successful than me, he's achieved more in the music industry than I probably ever will, and I don't know, he's better looking than me. Good. So anyway, we got that out of the way, so let's move on. For those of you who don't know, clickbaiting is where you sensationalize the title or thumbnail of your video in some way as a means of baiting the user into clicking on your video. Now, on this platform, if you are a creator, hell, we all do it. We've all done it. In fact, if you don't put any effort into your thumbnail or video title, it almost doesn't matter how much work you put into your actual video because nobody's gonna click on it. Unless you're like PewDiePie or some other channel with millions of subscribers who are just going to click on the video regardless. But most of us don't have that little luxury, so a bit of carnival barking is in order.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, step right up. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
But there is a huge difference between attracting someone to a video that actually delivers on its promise and just being plain old deceptive. Justin Hawkins is the latter, and it really pisses me off. Tonight, I'd like to shine a light on the cheap tactics used by this guy to pull in viewers. This is Dancing with Ghosts.
I believe in a thing called love. Just with a chance we can make it now.
If you don't know who Justin Hawkins is, here's a refresher as to why he might be relevant in your head. Justin Hawkins fronted the one-hit wonder band in the early aughts called The Darkness. I clearly remember when their video for I Believe in a Thing Called Love hit MTV, and boy did it make a fucking splash. All my friends were talking about this band in middle school because at that time it was a pretty novel experience. New rock was waning in popularity and emo hadn't yet gripped the teenage consciousness, so there was this weird little stopgap with a lot of these bands with the word "the" in front of their name, which could honestly warrant its own video. But nonetheless, The Darkness had a very tongue-in-cheek jokiness to them that felt like almost a spiritual successor to Spinal Tap. And if you don't know who Spinal Tap is, you are too young to be watching this channel. Click off now. The Darkness were bringing back that 70s cock rock aesthetic in a way that felt ironic, but not necessarily in a way to where they wanted you to really take them all that seriously. The band popped off with their debut album, Permission to Land, and then fizzled out in the States. Although to this day, people continue to sing I Believe in a Thing Called Love at my karaoke gigs, and it's 100% done as a joke. So that was my reference point for this random oddies band called The Darkness, but you know, I have a real curiosity of bands who made it in traditional media, in the traditional sense. The bands who tasted the limelight, had a video on MTV, were the hot thing for a season, as this band definitely was. I remember reading articles of the hot movers and shakers of that time citing The Darkness as the new thing when it came to what was happening in rock music. Well, the music industry and those people who consume pop culture, they're all fickle bitches. As soon as The Darkness dropped their second and third singles, they failed to razzle-dazzle as much as the first one did, and most people moved along. As far as the band was concerned, by the time their second album, One Way Ticket to Hell, came around, the band was kind of sinking like a lead balloon, sophomore slump and all that, I guess. The singer, Justin Hawkins, quit the band for a few years due to substance abuse problems, and the band literally became a footnote in the pop rock history of the early 2000s. Well, some of these guys from these bands that weren't able to maintain any kind of momentum find success in other ways sometimes. Some do podcasts. One artist that I loved growing up, Moby, started a podcast. I would say this is the easiest and laziest way to garner interest. It's like, hey, I was famous for this thing over 15 years ago. Listen to my opinions because they are better than the opinions of a normal person. Fine, fair game. Then you have people like Justin Hawkins, lead singer of The Darkness, who during the pandemic of 2020 decided to go full bore into becoming a YouTuber. And honestly, when I first stumbled upon his videos a few years ago, I thought, well, shit, good for him. This guy might be able to offer some behind-the-scenes information because after all, his band, The Darkness, were pretty fucking big for like a few years. So that's what brought me to his channel. Upon looking at the channel, it checked even more boxes in my head because it was the exact content that I thought a washed-up rocker turned YouTuber would make. The dude is reviewing new music with the knowledge and experience of a tour-hardened, major label signed act. I also had the perceived notion that since his band had not been relevant in so long, obviously no punches were being pulled when this guy spoke on his various topics. And it was at that point that I realized just how much of a fucking fraud this guy really is. So clearly, I'm not reviewing every single video this guy has ever put out because, this dude has been faithfully uploading ever since he started his channel in 2020, and he has a lot of shit. As you can see, though, he or whomever he has working for him, and I do believe he has at least a small team of people working for him, these people really know how to milk the YouTube algorithm for maximum views. I took a diverse cross-section of his videos and broke down his grifty little techniques. Let's start off with his Sam Smith video. Just judging by the thumbnail, it says in the title, "I'm sick of shit like this." Wow, okay, coming in hot. On the thumbnail itself, it shows a screen grab of Sam Smith looking effeminate, which, they do look effeminate, but it's no coincidence that they found a particularly effeminate shot, and then they slapped text over it saying, "Is this too much?" ? And then, when you watch the video, Justin pretty much has nothing but positive shit to say about Sam Smith and the song.
Merci bien, Sam Smith. You're doing great stuff. I think one of the things that nobody can deny is the beauty of Sam Smith's voice. It's just lovely, isn't it? Really suits this disco vibe.
Come to find out, Justin's team uses this cute little trick where they will sometimes take a comment from the video that they're talking about that's negative, they'll put it in quotes, and they'll slap it on as the title for Justin Hawkins' video. So they're not technically the ones saying it, but they do use it as the title. But make no mistake, Justin Hawkins himself has nothing negative to say about this video.
But hearing their voice in this disco context and looking at these amazing costumes and this video, which is so brilliantly choreographed.
And this is just one of many examples. So now let's move on to a video where Justin Hawkins is supposedly, objectively, reviewing the music video for a song that is like almost 15 years old at this point. Maroon 5's Moves Like Jagger. The thumbnail reveals a seemingly frustrated Justin juxtaposed to a shirtless Adam Levine with the title of "I'm sorry, it's just shit." Now, of course, most people in Justin's audience would probably be opposed to a song like this. And there's an even larger audience out there that just love to hear rockers dunk on shitty pop songs. So given this thumbnail, you would think, well, here's a guy who's been on several world tours, sold millions of albums, and is in the industry, and he is about to authoritatively take this song down a few pegs. But no, Justin is highly complimentary of the entire song and video.
Some of these guys who are auditioning are actually really good at doing Mick Jagger moves. Now, if ever there was a hook, that's it. It's not even something that you are obliged to be able to play a musical instrument to achieve. As long as you can whistle, you're in straight away before it even starts.
In fact, the only time he ever utters the words, "it's just shit," is when he was dissecting the rhyme scheme for the Christina Aguilera part of the song when she rhymed some words weird in his ears.
Secret, you're gonna have to keep it. Nobody else can see this.
Okay, so keep it and see this. Secret, keep it. Okay. See this and et and is, and if you pronounce it in a certain way, that it's an and
1 eternity later.
Because anybody can fucking do that. It's shit. Oh no.
That's literally the only time he said this is shit, yet they chose to run with this as the big headline of this video. That is so fucking deceptive, dude. There's so many examples of this clickbait deception with this guy. It rolls on with this video he did of a song that I've talked about in my previous videos of emo nostalgia, so I want to hear what Justin Hawkins had to say about The Killer's Mr. Brightside. The thumbnail advertises, "I don't get Mr. Brightside." But literally this entire video is just Justin listening to the song and praising it for the most part.
What's cool about it is that's, I think that's something like a pedal, or
For my listening audience, I'm going to spare you having to listen to this entire portion. He's basically describing a bunch of music jargon that you would not understand unless you're really into music and music theory, but he's basically saying, hey, it's a cool song. He's extolling its virtues, pointing out the clever songwriting techniques used, and even complimenting Brandon Flowers on how good-looking of a guy he is. Justin never really has anything negative to say about the song whatsoever, despite having a thumbnail that is pretty much conveying a sense of, I don't know why people like this song. This is flagrant false advertising, it's fucking gross, and this guy does it on every single video he uploads, and somehow he manages to get hundreds of thousands of views. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but this is kind of unbelievable. I really want to go outside of the box with this dude's channel, and so I tried a bunch of different videos that he did, because let's get this straight, the dude has over 500,000 followers, so I don't want to give anyone the chance to say, oh, you watched one video of this guy and now you're being mean to him. No, I watched a large cross-section of how this guy moves in the YouTube sphere, and his team will not be stopped with the clickbaiting bullshit. In this next video, which by the way is titled, He Needs to Stop What He's Doing Immediately, Justin reviews the whole Post Malone playing Nirvana songs during the pandemic stream. I'm sure most of us are familiar with this stream, but if you're not, fake rapper turned country music grifter Post Malone did a live stream during the pandemic of 2020 where he broke his rapper persona and did a bunch of Nirvana songs live on stream. Now, me being a fan of 90s alternative rock and grunge, I'll give it to old Posty. He sounded fucking great. The dude has a talent. And Justin Hawkins felt the same as usual.
She has me like a Pisces when I am weak.
oh my god, his voice is perfect for this, isn't it? Oh my god, it's awesome.
Justin has nothing but positive things to say about this performance, despite the fucking thumbnail literally saying he needs to stop what he's doing immediately. At no point does he say that at any portion of this video. That is so misleading and intellectually dishonest. I can't believe this doesn't somehow violate YouTube's terms of service or something. Look, man, I know this guy is way bigger than I will ever be, but I at least come across my subscribers honestly, and I don't think I have to fucking trick them into watching my videos. This shit really pisses me off and is just super deceptive. So for the ultimate test of this guy's flakiness, I figured let's check out his stance on the Fell Dog, because he's made several videos about this dude. I've made several videos about this dude. Most YouTubers who are even remotely involved in the music scene, and some who aren't, have made videos on Corey Feldman. He's a lolcow right now. So Justin's video is titled, Corey Feldman is a Fraud. Okay, fair enough. Some high-level Captain Obvious shit here, but let's see what Justin has to say.
I'd get it. I mean, it's not going the way he wants, but it's so funny that instead of like having a whisper in a tech's ear to try and get a message to the lighting guy, he's just yelling it down the microphone. Now this is a seasoned for somebody who's been in show business for that long to try and sell us the idea that he's not aware that it's the wrong thing to do to shout down the microphone to complain to your lighting guy. It's just preposterous to me. I mean, this is hilarious and brilliant.
This video is basically 10 minutes of Justin Hawkins relating to and laughing with Corey Feldman as if Corey knows exactly what he's doing and this is some kind of brilliant performance art. At no point in this entire video does he actually use the phrase, Corey Feldman is a fraud, nor does he even allude to it in the slightest way. In fact, he is kind of an apologist for the various ways that Corey fucks up a show.
And yet, it's fucking brilliant. It is so well done. And I think like the sort of physical comedy that Corey Feldman's capable of is Benigni Benigni, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Use the comment section to educate me. I really think that this is like elite level comedic acting.
In Justin's mind, Corey Feldman is this mastermind who has pre-planned all of this, and this is just a character. Now, there are some people in certain spaces online who feel the same sentiment, but when you label your video with the sensationalist title of Corey Feldman is a fraud, and you come in with this lukewarm-ass take on the Feldster, you yourself start to look like the one who is a fraud. It's like this guy will throw out this sensationalist title and thumbnail, and then he literally spends the rest of the video just backpedaling, basically to try to, like, I guess cancel out the clickbaity thumbnail. I don't know, man. If that's not a fucking grift, I don't really know what is. Even videos about himself. This dude did a video titled "The Truth About Why I Changed the Way I Look." In the video, he literally just talks about how he got his teeth fixed.
Speedwagon said, "What's the best thing you've done for yourself since making it big?"
One eternity later.
I think getting my teeth put back in the right place was a good thing.
Yet in the thumbnail, it shows a current picture of him compared to the more 70s glam look he was rocking when the band were at their peak in the early 2000s. Now, for curiosity's sake, one would think that the lead singer of The Darkness, you know, the weird guy that in that one weird video years ago, would be addressing why the band had this weird 70s Spinal Tap aesthetic, and now apparently they don't. But no, he was literally just talking about getting his teeth fixed, and that's why he doesn't look the way he used to or whatever. And then he goes on to talk about all of his cool tats, bro. I know that this Justin Hawkins guy might be jockeying for the title of the next Mr. Rogers of YouTube, but nah, dude, you're just a clickbaiter extraordinaire who is using whatever little cachet you might have to your name to draw in viewers and build on your second act as a YouTuber. But the thing that people enjoy about YouTubers, as opposed to legacy media, is that we are raw and unfiltered. Justin Hawkins is still playing the big label music industry game of not saying anything negative about anybody that you might have previously known or worked with or may work with in the future, lest you burn any bridges should your band miraculously catch a second wind, which I highly doubt. Look, man, when most people come to your channel, they want the dirt on some behind the scenes shit. They want an industry professional to shed some light in a way that an average YouTuber never could. You had the chance to be that guy, but instead you insist on being a Mr. Nice Guy because God forbid you burn any bridges in the music industry that might prevent your band from playing the small club and theater circuit. I'm disappointed with this shill level fakery that I feel only has a place on red carpets and talk shows, not on YouTube, especially the music community / commentary sphere of YouTube. I feel like it's important to call this kind of behavior out when it's this blatant and misleading. Obviously, I don't know Justin Hawkins. He seems like a nice dude, very chill, but whoever is behind the scenes designing the deception can get fucked. That's all I really have to say. Did you even know who the hell this guy was? Did you ever listen to his band, The Darkness, back in the day? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your night, and don't clickbait people. And by the way, this video took me like 4 fucking runs. Like, I think I'm cursed, or Justin Hawkins has an effigy of me somewhere. This video took fucking forever to get shot right. My teleprompter was fucking up. My hair was doing something weird. Anyway, have a good rest of your night.